Psychic is the debut album from Darkside, comprised of Nicolas Jaar and Dave Harrington. They make their radio performance premiere right here on KCRW this morning. Darkside, good morning.
Good morning. Hello.
How are you guys doing?
Doing great, thanks.
Well, we're excited to have you here today. We've been fans. Of course, Nicolas, your work to date has been celebrated here at the station. And we also have a special announcement as far as Darkside goes. I don't know if you want to do that now or do you want to wait on that?
Let's wait on it.
Okay. The edge of your seat, everybody. We have a special announcement a little bit later for fans of Darkside, but let's get into the music. And so set this up for us. You're going to play kind of one longer piece and then we'll break?
I think so. I think we're going to play like a long version of Paper Trails. Yeah.
All right, let's do this. Darkside live on Morning Becomes Eclectic. We have it turned up very loud here in our studios at KCRW, as it should be. And I hope you do too out there in Radio Land. Darkside is here live, and this is their radio premiere. This is your first radio performance, which is very cool. So you doing all right?
Yeah, we're doing good.
Yeah, doing great. Sorry,
Okay.
it takes a second to recover from this.
Was that 15 minutes? I don't know.
How do we do on time?
You actually hit it pretty much exact.
Okay, good. And I was looking at the clock, but I didn't know.
Yeah, nicely done. Nicely done. So tell us the genesis of this project. In the intro, Nicolas, I mentioned that we are familiar with your solo work, and your legend has grown far and wide here. But this is a different thing with Dave. But describe how you first got together and came up with the concept.
Yeah, so when I started performing music, I started by doing it by myself with a laptop and just like a MIDI controller that I bought at Guitar Center, like everyone else. And that, in a way, after 2-3 years, got a little limiting. And it was just, I felt like I needed to play with other musicians. So then I started a band to play my own stuff. And the two people that became this band were Will Epstein, one of my closest friends, and Dave. But something started happening between Dave and I when we were performing some of my songs. Not all of them, but some, like Space is Only Noise If You Can See, and Kids, and Time, Too Many Kids in the Finding Right, whatever stupid long titles that I put. We just call it Kids. And Time for Us. Those 3 songs became kind of like me and Dave doing this other thing, right? And so that kind of got me interested in intensity, in guitar, and rock and roll, and electricity, and all these things that Dave, was also kind of very excited by and is very good at kind of producing. And so we kind of we both needed to make music with each other after playing together.
So it just had this gravitational pull on its own.
Yeah, pretty much.
I'd love for you to describe in the creative process your respective roles. And if Dave, you could describe what Nicolas brings, and if Nicolas, you could describe what Dave brings.
Wow, that's a deep question.
We go deep here.
Yeah, a little background jazz. Our roles in the creative process are very fluid. Like when we're working on music, what one of us does, it's kind of hard to quantify, but I think that what Nico brings is this sense of kind of curatorship of the sprawl of ideas that the two of us can put together. So I'll bring in an idea and he'll see something in it that I never would have seen. Sounds very vague, but I think it's really true about a lot of things that ended up on the album too. Things that were tiny ideas that I never would have seen, the particular potential, that kind of destiny for them that Nico saw.
Sure.
Yeah, for me, apart from the fact that Dave knows about a lot of things that I just don't know about, and that he educates me, and with a lot of different things, whether it's jazz or jazz, whether it's jazz or just rock and roll or all these great genres that I just don't know anything about, or don't know what he knows about. But for me, the most important thing is that I'm just going to tell a story. Like, this is a true story. Is what usually happens every single time that Dave touches a guitar and I'm near it. I start screaming, and I'm like, why are you not recording this? Why are you not recording this? I have this thing where the first thing he does after tuning his guitar is always some, like, if he's not playing, what's the song you play?
I always play this song that Nate wrote.
Oh, it's there's some friend. Okay, so his friend.
G major chords.
His friend just plays something, but when he doesn't do that, he just improvises something, and I have this kind of instinct, and this craziness seeps over me, and I need to loop it, or I need to sample it. Right? It just happens with Dave a lot, that he'll just do something, and he's not even thinking about it, and it's like the first thing that comes up in his mind, and then we start a song from that.
Yeah.
So he'll just be like, oh, this chord and then that chord, for no reason whatsoever. He'll just play 2 chords, and then we'll just build a song on top of that, because it kind of sparks all these ideas.
Sure. Now, with all due respect to this creative process and intuitive process, what were your goals in shaping the album Psychic? Did you just want it to be really open and free form, or did you have specific things in mind?
To tell you the truth, I was the most exciting thing for me was to see what would happen if Dave and I tried to make a record. I had no intention of making anything in particular. I just knew that I was, in a way, personally, in a very kind of subjective way, I was ready for more noise, for more intensity, and I was ready to experiment with recording drums, recording guitar, recording bass, which are, things that I did not do for my first record.
Sure.
So in kind of the most boring sense, that's kind of, it was kind of an experiment for both of us to see, hey, let's make a record and see what happens.
Yeah.
And so it was very open-ended in that sense. But I guess it got less and less. It got more and more focused and less and less kind of free.
Yeah.
The idea of the record started forming around these different things, these different songs. And we started realizing what we needed to do to finish this kind of idea of this product that was starting to form.
Yeah, and a big part of that process is also bringing it out to the world live. And I know this is early days. I think this is only the third or fourth performance live. Is that right?
We've played maybe 10.
10, okay. And how has that been going in terms of kind of shaping all of this potential and this energy and this feeling and bringing it more to, a set time and a venue?
I mean, for us playing live is in a way the record is a vehicle for that. It stands on its own, or we like to think that it does. But we started working on music together. We met doing this, playing together, and so the record becomes this kind of thing that we just freely rip apart and then kind of throw at the audience and hope that it kind of works. And so you talk about set time and venue, and I mean, for us, it's all about improvising and feeling what the vibe of those variables create.
Limitations.
Yeah. I mean, some of the one of the really exciting shows we've done was in a concert hall where we couldn't use a kick drum, which is what we do, kick drum, right? And it just wasn't really happening in that room.
It sounded horrible in that room.
Yeah.
And
so
so
what
we
ended
just
up
said,
happening
okay,
was,
we're just not going to do anything dancey here today, and we just used some bass lines because the bass actually sounded pretty good. And then so we just made a whole set without a kick drum, and that was really it was really amazing for us to try that. It was really fun, And so things like that, if anything, I feel like we're here to explore what we can do with these elements and these kind of thoughts, and that a venue where something that might seem like a limitation actually could probably free us up.
I'm curious because I think with this project and also Nicolas with your solo work, mix dynamics are really important. And I've seen you live, and I feel like the bass is really great. It's like the bass is a lower register of bass that you can feel. Do you, kind of go ahead of time or work these things out at a venue, or do you bring a mix engineer to make sure you get the range that you're looking for?
We have a great mix engineer called Vance Galloway.
Okay.
Yeah, and he knows all about bass.
Clearly.
Yeah, he's a great man. What can I say? But apart from that, yeah, we do sound checks and we only play at places that can accommodate the idea. I started playing in clubs, so now that I'm playing in more venue types, places, I do have that problem of this sounds like a venue and it doesn't sound like a club, and for me that's weird, right? But so we try to always play at venues that have dance music nights or whatever.
Yeah. Okay, so with this project and the album, obviously this is your priority, and the whole campaign and the tour, I'm sure, which continues. But what about your solo career? Because was that any consideration for you? Maybe I should just carry on. I mean, there's so much demand and interest on Nicolas Jaar. Maybe is this the best idea to kind of launch this whole new thing?
Yeah, to me it is. I mean, deep inside, I consider myself a producer. that's what I do. So whether it's my own songs or the songs that Dave and I write, to me, I just don't care. To me, it's we make something that is very different from what I make, but I'm still producing. I'm still getting exactly, I'm happy, right? I get happiness from producing music. And yeah, for me, it's also really nice to have a band now, to just have, people around that are, supporting this project and for it to feel like teamwork, because I did do it all by myself for a long time.
Sure. Good. All right. Well, do you want to make this this special announcement? I'm sure there are people out there waiting for this. Do you want?
I mean, it's not a big deal. We're playing at the Roxy tonight, and we picked the Roxy because it just looked great when we passed by it one day.
It's next to the Rainbow.
Metal, love it. Yes, please.
Yeah. And we're playing there at I think midnight, but can someone shake their head over there and say yes, midnight? Is it midnight?
I know.
Oh, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, you know.
Doors are at midnight.
Okay, good.
And you are on a few minutes after that.
Okay.
So everybody get there for midnight.
Yeah, we're excited to play in LA, especially. We're not playing many shows, so it's fun to do this once in a while.
Cool. And we're going to have tickets for this super secret, not so secret show at the Roxy tonight. Doors at midnight for Darkside as we head into your second set for us. Nicolas Jaar and Dave Harrington, the album Psychic. We're going to have copies to give away in a few minutes as well. Darkside live on Morning Becomes Eclectic. The Roxy is going to be pulsating with the psychic energy of Darkside tonight, a special show we have just announced. And a lot of people asking over the last few minutes, how do I get tickets? And the answer is, well, two ways. Ticketmaster. Probably the box office is actually two. So a third way is you can win tickets from KCRW. Right now, as long as you're a KCRW member, a public radio supporter, you qualify. We've also got 5 autographed copies of the CD Psychic from Darkside. So the show tonight at the Roxy, doors at midnight, and the guys will play sometime after that. Late night session with Darkside. If you have not won a giveaway from us in the past 90 days, call us for your chance to win at 877-600-KCRW. That's 877-600-5279. These CDs and tickets available to our current members only. First come, first served basis. They're non-transferable. Well, excellent, fellas. An absolute pleasure. Thank you for coming through and making your radio debut here on KCRW.
Thank you
very much for having us.
I think you do have one more for us, yes?
Yes, we do. We have 3 minutes. We'll do it in 3 minutes.
All right.
Thank you.
Darkside Live on Morning Becomes Eclectic.